So it's approaching sunset, and we're up on Stokes Lookout, which is just about a kilometre in off the road. And you can see that the sun's lighting up the valley here. So we were out driving around all over that today. So we're only a few minutes away from sunset. There's quite a few people up here watching the sunset. But as soon as the sun goes down, it gets really cold. Wasn't that warm today? What did it get to today? Only got to 16 degrees or something, didn't it? 14, was it?
Yeah, only 14.
But this is a beautiful property. We really had a good time today driving all over it. So we're camped down in that little valley down there.
Oh yeah, I see the road going in now.
Yeah. So Willow Springs homestead is where we've been staying for the last 3 or 4 days, and we're in a campsite called Joe's Camp, which is a secluded campsite only about 500-600 metres from the homestead, and it's sort of down in a little valley, so you're protected from the wind, plenty of sun to get onto the solar panels, got a fire pit, little picnic table, and it's even got a portaloo. So if you're coming here, I'd recommend booking Joe's Campsite if you can get it. They're pretty busy here most of the year round. I think this was $35 a night, so check it on Wikicamps. Definitely worth having a look. And if you come here, definitely do the sky trek. Cheers.
Morning, Mr. Jim.
Morning.
So we're leaving Willow Springs and these beautiful mountains, heading for Port Augusta.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need to do a bit of cleaning. I think we've had enough dust for a while, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah. So heading to Port Augusta, do a bit of a cleanup, get some beach camping, and maybe a game of golf.
Yep.
And even maybe a fish.
Fingers crossed. Can always hope.
You always hope. So we're on our homeward trip, and we've got a tendency to find that someone gets his go-go boots on when we're headed towards home.
Yeah, once it gets too cold, I'll lose interest.
Don't enjoy it as much. So we're supposed to be home in about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And the grandkids are very excited.
I think I'm behind in the videos. I think I've got one video half done. I think I've got 2 more to do after that. So if I find somewhere quiet for a few days, I might do that. So that might be a nice thing to do down around Victor Harbour or something like that. We'll just see what the weather's like. If it's too windy, we'll try and find a Caribbean park.
Yeah, and get back to all the grandkids and all the family and go crazy.
Yep.
All right. So family, we'll see you soon. Port Augusta. We've got a ensuite site. Washed the caravan at the car wash, and it's looking nice and clean now. Jimmy's even got outside and polished it. He's blowing out the dust. What are you doing now, Mr. Jim?
I'm getting it ready for the next 4-wheel drive trip.
So he's cleaning the inside because he's a messy, I'm not going to use the F word, but that's what he is. That's it. Because the amount of dust that was in this car, you can see, is like just everywhere.
I haven't done that side yet.
I know you haven't, so look how pretty my side is looking.
We're on.
So the car is cleaner. All the people are coming in. Really nice clean site. The laundry is fantastic. It's got new washing machines in it, and it uses your key card, so you don't have to carry cash. I've got playground, and it's very clean. The Discovery Parks in Port Augusta. So yeah, highly recommend it so far.
Okay, so we've cleaned the van and the car up, so back to good as new almost. So a little bit of fine tuning, but we still got a little bit of off-road stuff to do, so I'll worry about that when we're done. But we've given them a wash and got the majority of the dirt off. But I just wanted to let's have a look how good a job the underbody protection has done. So this is the extra one that I got from Wade 7. So if you can recall, they all had that zone emblem on them, so they've done a terrific job. So all stone damage, so underneath the van itself no real damage. The stone stomper did an excellent job at the front as well. I also, these were the mud flaps that came off the van originally, so I cut them around the A-frame and put them on there to protect the legs, so they've done a pretty good job. So once we get home, I'll get under here with the pressure cleaner and get some of the red dust off, but I'm pretty happy with that. And then if we go to the other side and have a look at the suspension. So you can see, even with the extra mud flaps, the suspension still cops a few stones, but not too bad really. Shock towers get a bit, but you know, again we've been cleaned under here, but no real damage, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that's after we reckon about 1,000 kilometres of dirt roads. Some of it was just sand, but some of it was quite stony, and it's the stone roads that do the damage. So you know, I mean, from where the suspension is to the rear wheels on the car is a good 6 metres, but they still belt back there. Stone stomper does a good job, stops the majority of it, stops the stones hitting the back of the car. So it gets past the stone stomper. I've just cut up a rubber mat and put it here, because with the stone stomper you can't keep the standard flaps there because they're too low and they just rub through the stone stomper. So you know, that's stone stomper stops it, then that stops it, then that stops it, and then that stops it, or not stops it but slows it down. So yeah, pretty happy with that. That's done a good job. The other thing with the stone stomper is it really reduces the amount of dust on the back of the car. I don't know if if you've got a Land Cruiser, you'll know how bad they are at sucking dust up behind themselves. And yeah, we noticed with the stone stomper on, as compared to the rock tamers, you don't get anywhere near as much dust on the back of the car, which is nice when you open the tailgate and don't get covered in it. But yeah, I've just been up on the roof, cleaned the solar panels, they weren't too bad. And we're good to go again.
So, good morning, Mr. Jim.
Good morning.
Are we off again?
Yeah. heading down the Yorke Peninsula, so we'll probably go maybe as far as Port Broughton today, or we might go down a little bit further to a beach camp, but we'll stop off in Port Perry for some breakfast.
Second breakfast.
And then we'll see where we go after that. The weather's supposed to be nice for the next sort of 4 or 5 days, so if there's no wind we'll stay there a bit longer. If the wind picks up we'll move across.
Uh-huh.
Cool. But yeah, we spent 2 full days in Port Augusta just cleaning the van and the car.
And the laundry and the inside, the outside, everywhere.
Yeah.
Caution, approaching
Cleaned up pretty well, didn't it?
And speed
So the car took a little bit more cleaning than the van because obviously we did more tracks with the car. But yeah, I'm surprised that it was all mostly dust. There was a little bit of mud underneath the van, but it all came off pretty easy. So we're good to go again.
Woohoo!
Just have a look at the difference in the vegetation.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Nice and green, the air's so fresh. You smell the air is different here.
And it's, I haven't even seen that many flies yet.
Yeah. Fingers crossed they can keep the flies.
But beautiful days, 26 degrees.
Nice.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays like this.
What did you just have to eat?
I had a Vietnamese pork roll. Delicious. So how's this for a beautiful day? It's 26 degrees, hardly any wind. We're in Port Broughton at the moment, so we're on our way down to Royalty Beach, but we thought we'd stop here for a day. Have a look at this. So this is a private property, but the guy's putting together a little low-cost camp, so it's $10 a night and loads of room. That he's just doing this little
I like this.
beer garden here.
Keep the gate closed. It stops the crocodiles from escaping.
He's done a good job. He's put all these pavers down and a little bit of shade area. Little beer garden. Free beer tomorrow. Better come back tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll say free beer tomorrow.
Must be a
Look,
turtle
they
in
got
there or something.
a cocky up there. And galah and a cocky.
It's sharpening its beak.
It's a good little bar, isn't it? I got the handcrafted gear. Oh, that's well done.
Very nice.
Yeah, a great little spot. A little bit noisy with the road there, but I'm tipping that'll calm down later in the day. It's a good little beer garden. Not sure what his overall plans are, but you know, $10 a night to stay here. You've got to be self-contained. No, there's no toilets or showers or anything like that. But what a great little spot just to have a quiet night. Lazy Lagoon Camp Kitchen. Barbecue. We've got an exchange library there. Firewood for sale. Very cool. This is the foreshore at Port Broughton.
Very pretty, isn't it?
It's just
You're not allowed to fish there, are you? So pretty and calm. The weather temperature's 26.
Beautiful. Nice to see something that's not dust.
So what are you gonna do?
You're gonna feed the fish.
Gonna feed the
How else are you expecting to get bigger?
We're gonna have a go at fishing. And I am going to read my book.
There's quite a bit of building going on.
There's a lot of building going on along here. It's nice and clean. There's a perfect reno. There's a few along here. It'd be nice to be able to get your hands on to renovate opposite the water, eh?
Good place to build an Airbnb.
Yeah, I suppose. Nice quiet little town.
God, these land here, look, those are all Italian, built from the 70s, 80s.
Yeah. There's a few new homes along here. Must be doing some redevelopment. There's a pretty one. A little more modern, eh? Yeah, big. A lot of these sandstone front style things. It's an older one. Looks like a bit of renovation doing there. Yep. A little restaurant here. Cafe. Pub. The water's so clear. There's a stingray right there chasing the little fishies. There's a little fish there. I don't know if you can see the stingray. So pretty out here. So calm. It's no good. You can't but be relaxed. Oh, another one. So we got one, but it's a bit undersized.
Wendy got a little King George, but it's a bit small. So
Jimmy goes, here, hold this. And as soon as he let go, guess what happens? Got one.
I knew that. Put another one on for you?
Sure.
Bite anyway.
We caught any fish, babe? How many have I caught?
3.
What's going on?
You're shit navigator. You should be bringing the fishing gear down here instead of me going up down.
I told you to bring it down. Did you? No, you didn't even bring your beer down. I had to bring your beer down. Then I had to come back up. I had to bring a stubby holder down. Then your cloth. I laugh. I don't know why he thinks this catching fish is hard. You just put the rod in, you stay still for a minute, let them get on. Come on, I have faith in you. You can do it.
I'm just feeding the little ones so you can catch the big ones.
Okay. I had a little one on and I was going to use that to catch a bigger one. But it's still early before the tides. The tides are still coming in. So we'll see.
So, Port Broughton is just beautiful. It's almost high tide, or about an hour off high tide. This is a really closed-in, sheltered bay, so no tide motion that you can see. Some young fellas swimming. It's not that warm, but warm enough for a young bloke. There's blue swimmer crabs everywhere. Yeah.
Got 3 of them.
3 in one go.
I've been catching heaps.
Oh, there's another big one out here hanging around.
Yeah, he's waiting for us to put it back in again.
There's loads of them, isn't there? How do you tell the difference between a male and a female?
The blues. The
Blues,
males are blue.
the browny looking ones are female,
So you got to throw the female
but you
back.
must check to make sure they've got no eggs on them, which
Okay.
you'll see a
Oh,
big
yeah.
yellowy
It's not
patch
yellow.
here usually,
Oh, right, okay.
or if they're indeed swollen up a little bit,
Yeah,
ideally you'd throw them back.
yeah.
Come on.
So you've got a few in there, haven't you?
There we go.
Yeah. That'll be a feed for tonight, won't it?
Yes.
His wife is going to be very happy.
Try to get me, will you?
They hang on real good, don't they?
Yes.
So if you snip those, they can't
This
bite
one
you.
here
Yeah.
It's a bit small.
might be a bit small. Yeah.
A little bit small, that one, yeah.
So you're going back, little boy. Try to keep your claws going. There we go.
Cool.
And that's it. Thank you, Wendy.
So we've called into Wallaroo, which is only about 50 k's from where we were yesterday, and the weather's blowing up a storm. So this is where the ferry road goes across the Spencer Gulf. But this is a nice little spot just the same. Maritime Museum.
Catfish, 1900s, used at Chandler Hardware Store.
It's some weight in that, wouldn't it? You wouldn't be picking that up and run off with it, would you?
Yeah, marble section used for testing for counterfeit coins. Must have had like a weight in it or something. I wonder.
Let me see. This is the old telephone exchange switchboard. You'd be busy keeping up with that. All the different phones. Pretty sure we had one of these in our house and one of those. The old Postmaster General's hat. Interesting little building.
Different shows.
The bunks look pretty comfy.
Pardon?
The bunks look pretty comfy.
Stop you from falling out of bed. That's what my bunk used to look like almost when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't have the sides though.
So this is a coal basket that they used to use to load and unload the ships. So you can see it's not very big. So a couple of years ago we were in Port Hedland in Western Australia where you see the great big ore ships, like, you know, so the coal ships are about the same size as that. You imagine trying to unload one of those in a couple of these baskets. Tell you this one. So wrong way, Wendy. Right. So we're driving down through the Yorke Peninsula, and as you can see, the paddocks are all barley. So barley, B-A-R-L-E-Y. So I said to Wendy, I said, so this whole peninsula is basically barley. She goes, did we get all the way to Bali? B-A-L-I, barley.
Yeah, you said barley. That's barley, and Bali is the place that you go to. So I was thinking, how could this possibly be connected to Bali? Like, I suppose maybe waterways or something. I don't know.
But you have to really, you've got to be intrigued about what goes on inside that little noggin of hers.
So where are we?
Just past Corny Point, so we're about here.
Yeah.
So we're going to Corny Point Lighthouse.
Yeah. It's for a bit of a day's adventure.
Yeah, we'll stick the drone up here, a bit of work.
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't know if I can handle it. Saw a stingray this morning. This is the beach. Looks like the tide's out of it. Yeah. Code of the coast.
How you can help drive on a car track, stay out of sensitive areas, take your rubbish with you, take your fishing line and bait home, take your fine track to the beach.
How come people don't take the flies with them?
Yeah, fuck us up. Can't have a look.
Yeah. There is what you call a tractor boat. It's a tractor pulling the boat out because the tide's out. And look how far he has to go to be able to put the boat in. You can see there's a boat out there already. It looks like it's just on the edge of where the sand, where it starts to get deep. Jimmy's doing his thing. He's got his drone. The flies are friendly. You can keep them. Last year we were traveling and didn't have any problem with flies whatsoever, and we thought, oh wow, that's really cool. That's a big surprise. We knew it was going to be different this year, but you know what, sometimes it's the price you pay for being able to go to places like this and see beautiful things, and everything can't be perfect, can it? But today is an amazingly beautiful day. That's as far as the tractor's going.
So this is the Dun Point barbecue shelter at Corny Point. So this was built by the Progress Association, and they've put up all this memorabilia here, which is all fairly new. Tells you a little bit about the history of the area. So the farming started here in the 1840s, and they were sort of granted pastoral leases and then agricultural leases in the 1870s, and then land ownership shortly after that. But they used to you know, do everything by hand. So that's a haystack there. Then the trucks came in the 1950s, and of course now they do it in bulk grain, where they just put the loose grain into the big tip trucks that you see going backwards and forwards to the ports. And then they used to get the horse and cart to go out to meet the dinghies to get the phosphate, and then put the phosphate on the land, and then use the, you know, the grain then not back in sacks to go back out to the catches out in the shallows. Everything was done by hand, eh? We take so much for granted now, don't we? Look at the size of the lobster. Jesus. Very interesting.
Morning, Jimmy.
Morning.
Where are we off to today?
We're going to Adelaide today. Going to be a slow trip though.
Yeah. How come?
Wind coming across, and it's like a buffering wind. So
Yeah.
you can sort of have a look at the trees. Next time we go past the trees, you can see how it's
They're swaying quite a bit.
So it's hitting the side of the van, so I'm sitting on 80 kilometres an hour just to keep the sway under control.
Ah.
So she's going to be a slow trip.
Yeah. Oh well.
What do they say? Arrive alive.
Arrive along is a good idea.
Yeah, so probably the wrong time of year to do the Yorke Peninsula because it's windy and the wind is quite cold. So you know it's not ideal for being outside or fishing or anything like that. So we'll probably put this on our revisit list at a warmer time of year. But it's quite nice, and probably the pick of the spots we've been to so far would be Port Broughton, because that's in a very enclosed little harbour, so it's got shade sort of all around, so it's got good wind protection all around.
And we actually caught some fish there.
Yeah, caught some fish there, yeah. So
And crabs.
but probably the most noticeable thing about this area is all the wheat and barley. The whole peninsula is basically wheat and barley.
It's very pretty, isn't it?
But, yeah, you got the ocean both sides of you, so you're going to get the wind probably most of the year, I suppose.
It's probably nice in the summertime because you get that sea breeze pull you down a bit. Anyway, we will see you in Adelaide.
Yep. Cool.
What were you saying about the flowers?
So it's almost the same yellow as Ray White's board.
Oh, getting close to home, so you got your brain ticking with the Ray White, have you? It's a field of canola. So pretty. We're still in South Australia, but we'll be crossing the border shortly.
Yeah, 25 kilometres.
Are you excited about being home again?
Not really.
Not really.
I'd rather be much further north.
Somewhere where it's nice and warm? Yeah.
We'll go back and do a bit of work for a while.
We thought about coming back home to Victoria and look what it looks like outside. Where does blue skies go?
16 degrees and
Yeah. Well,
never mind. Start planning the next one.
we'll have the sunny faces of the grandchildren to warm us.
I think next winter we'll get up to Broome. I think it's like as early in winter as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as the indications that the wet season's ending,
Yep.
we'll try and get up to Broome.
Nice. See how things go. To this
Flat battery.
is 75%.
Oh, mate.
Morning, Mr. Jimmy.
Morning.
Where are we?
Royal Horsham.
Royal Horsham. What are we going to do?
We shall see. We're probably not going to play golf.
We're going to have a go anyway, aren't we?
There we go.
So it's a beautiful day for it. Sun is shining.
Mr. Jim's got a bad back, so that'll be his excuse today.
You always have a bad back. Which he's got his wristband on. He's taken his Nurofen on the coffee.
Slow swimming today.
Peach Grandma's jumper.
Okay, good. It fits me though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to admit, it looks better on me.
Because it's a man's jumper and I bought it big because I knew I was going to give it to him anyway. That means Grandma gets to buy a top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you buy an extra large.
I'm not buying a girl's top to fit you, mate.
Oh, come on. This is Wendy's favourite shot over the bunker.
No, it's not.
Oh, that was perfect. Oh, it's definitely over. Wow. It's in the other bunker. There's a bunker on the other side. Oh.
Hey?
I said this is what I get for making fun of you.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, lucky.
Just
And luckily mine's not in the bunker, it's just down the bottom.
didn't home today, unfortunately.
Yeah, gonna stop in that rat and see Brittany and the baby. Little Trent, little brand new one.
Yeah.
So we're passing the ground pans now. I'll put a picture up.
So here's an interesting thing. So these mountains here are the southernmost end of the Great Dividing Range, and the northernmost end is Cape York.
Yeah.
So they run the entire length of the east coast of Australia. It's about 4,500 kilometres.
Is there gaps where you can get over them or around them?
Yeah. They reckon it's all part of the Great Dividing Range. Isn't that interesting?
Very.
And all those yellow flowers you can see, that's canola.
Canola. So gonna park in front of my son's house tonight. My son Alex and his wife and Tanya with the two kids, Charlie and Jazzy. So we'll get to see them. And because we couldn't get into a caravan park until tomorrow because school holidays, so it's just packed out. So we'll be staying in the caravan park in Berwick again, Akuna Park, for a couple of days.
So that's that'll be the last episode for this trip, and then the next trip, I'm in 2 minds. The next trip, whether we do we want to do the west coast again, so I'm thinking we'll go up the middle, up the Tanami Trek to Broome in like probably June or even late May, and then come back down the west coast and sort of follow the weather down. So either that or we'll do the Gulf of Carpentaria, do that country there. So we'll see what the weather's doing. It's supposed to be an El Nino this year, so might be too hot, so we'll see.
So we'll see you on our next trip. Hope you enjoyed this one, and have a great day.
Okay, bye.